UK driving theory test practice. Topic 6. Vulnerable road user. Question 1 of 75. You're dazzled at night by a vehicle behind you. What should you do? A. Set your mirror to the anti-dazzle position. B. Set your mirror to dazzle the other driver. C. Brake sharply to a stop. D. Switch your rear lights on and off. The correct answer is A. The interior mirror of most vehicles can be set to an anti-dazzle position. You'll still be able to see the lights of the traffic behind you, but the dazzle will be greatly reduced. Question 2 of 75. What does this sign mean? A. Contraflow cycle lane. B. With flow cycle lane. C. Cycles and buses only. D. No cycles or buses. The correct answer is B. Usually. A picture of a cycle will also be painted on the road, and sometimes the lane will have a different colored surface. Leave these areas clear for cyclists and don't pass too closely when you overtake. Question 3 of 75. You're turning left into a side road. What hazard should you be especially aware of? A. One-way street. B. Pedestrians. C. Traffic congestion. D. Parked vehicles. The correct answer is B. Make sure that you've reduced your speed and are in the correct gear for the turn. Look into the road before you turn and always give way to any pedestrians who are crossing. Question 4 of 75. As you approach a pelican crossing, the lights change to green. What should you do if elderly people are halfway across? A. Wave them to cross as quickly as they can. B. Rev your engine to make them hurry. C. Flash your lights in case they haven't noticed you. D. Wait patiently because they'll probably take longer to cross. The correct answer is D. If the lights turn to green, wait for any pedestrians to clear the crossing. Allow them to finish crossing the road in their own time, and don't try to hurry them by revving your engine. Question 5 of 75. You've just passed your test. How can you reduce your risk of being involved in a collision? A. By always staying close to the vehicle in front. B. By never going over 40 miles per hour. C. By staying in the left-hand lane on all roads. D. By taking further training. The correct answer is D. New drivers and riders are often involved in a collision or incident early in their driving career. Due to a lack of experience, they may not react to hazards appropriately. Approved training courses are offered by driver and rider training schools for people who have passed their test but want extra training. Question 6 of 75. What action would you take when elderly people are crossing the road? A. Wave them across so they know that you've seen them. B. Be patient and allow them to cross in their own time. C. Rev the engine to let them know that you're waiting. D. Tap the horn in case they're hard of hearing. The correct answer is B. Be aware that older people might take a long time to cross the road. They might also be hard of hearing and not hear you approaching. Don't hurry older people across the road by getting too close to them or revving your engine. Question 7 of 75. There are flashing amber lights under a school warning sign. What action should you take? A. Reduce speed until you're clear of the area. B. Keep up your speed and sound the horn. C. Increase your speed to clear the area quickly. D. Wait at the lights until they change to green. The correct answer is A. The flashing amber lights are switched on to warn you that children may be crossing near a school. Slow down and take extra care, as you may have to stop. Question 8 of 75. What should you do when approaching this crossing? A. Prepare to slow down and stop. B. Stop and wave the pedestrians across. C. Speed up and pass by quickly. D. Continue unless the pedestrians step out. The correct answer is A. Be courteous and prepare to stop. Don't wave people across, because this could be dangerous if another vehicle is approaching the crossing. Question 9 of 75. You're driving past a line of parked cars. You notice a ball bouncing out into the road ahead. What should you do? A. Continue driving at the same speed and sound your horn. B. Continue driving at the same speed and flash your headlights. C. Slow down and be prepared to stop for children. D. Stop and wave the children across to fetch their ball. The correct answer is C. Beware of children playing in the street and running out into the road. If a ball bounces out from the pavement, slow down and be prepared to stop. Don't encourage anyone to retrieve it. Other road users may not see your signal and you might lead a child into a dangerous situation. Question 10 of 75. You're traveling behind a moped. What should you do when you want to turn left just ahead? A. Overtake the moped before the junction. B. Pull alongside the moped and stay level until just before the junction. C. Sound your horn as a warning and pull in front of the moped. D. Stay behind until the moped has passed the junction. The correct answer is D. Passing the moped and turning into the junction could mean that you cut across the front of the rider. This might force them to slow down, stop or even lose control. Stay behind the moped until it has passed the junction and then you can turn without affecting the rider. Question 11 of 75. You see a horse rider as you approach a roundabout. What should you do if they're signaling right but keeping well to the left? A. Proceed as normal. B. Keep close to them. C. Cut in front of them. D. Stay well back. The correct answer is D. Allow the horse rider to enter and exit the roundabout in their own time. They may feel safer keeping to the left all the way around the roundabout. Don't get up close behind or alongside them, because that would probably upset the horse and create a dangerous situation. Question 12 of 75. You're unsure what a slow-moving motorcyclist ahead of you is going to do. What should you do? A. Pass on the left. B. Pass on the right. C. Stay behind. D. Move closer. The correct answer is C. When a motorcyclist is traveling slowly, it's likely that they're looking for a turning or entrance. Be patient and stay behind them in case they stop or change direction suddenly. Question 13 of 75. How should you overtake horse riders? A. Drive up close and overtake as soon as possible. B. Speed isn't important but allow plenty of room. C. Use your horn just once to warn them. D. Drive slowly and leave plenty of room. The correct answer is D. When you decide to overtake a horse rider, make sure you can do so safely before you move out. Leave them plenty of room and pass slowly. Passing too closely at speed could startle the horse and unseat the rider. Question 14 of 75. You want to turn right from a main road into a side road. What should you do just before turning? A. Cancel your right turn signal. B. Select first gear. C. Check for traffic overtaking on your right. D. Stop and set the handbrake. The correct answer is C. In some circumstances, your indicators may be difficult to see and another road user may not realize you're about to turn. A final check in your mirror and blind spot can help you to see an overtaking vehicle, so that you can avoid turning across their path. Question 15 of 75. You want to turn right from a junction but your view is restricted by parked vehicles. What should you do? A. Move out quickly, but be prepared to stop. B. Sound your horn and pull out if there's no reply. C. Stop then move forward slowly until you have a clear view. D. Stop, get out and look along the main road to check. The correct answer is C. If you want to turn right from a junction and your view is restricted, stop. Ease forward until you can see. Question 16 of 75. What should you do when passing sheep on a road? A. Briefly sound your horn. B. Go very slowly. C. Pass quickly but quietly. D. Herd them to the side of the road. The correct answer is B. Slow down and be ready to stop if you see animals in the road ahead. Animals are easily frightened by noise and vehicles passing too close to them. Stop if signaled to do so by the person in charge. Question 17 of 75. Why is a toucan crossing different from other crossings? A. Moped riders can use it. B. It's controlled by a traffic warden. C. It's controlled by two flashing lights. D. Cyclists can use it. The correct answer is D. Toucan crossings are shared by pedestrians and cyclists, who are permitted to cycle across. They're shown the green light together. The signals are push-button operated and there's no flashing amber phase. Question 18 of 75. You notice horse riders in front. What should you do first? A. Pull out to the middle of the road. B. Slow down and be ready to stop. C. Accelerate around them. D. Signal right. The correct answer is B. Be particularly careful when approaching horse riders. Question 19 of 75. Some junctions controlled by traffic lights have a marked area between two stop lines. What's this for? A. To allow taxis to position in front of other traffic. B. To allow people with disabilities to cross the road. C. To allow cyclists and pedestrians to cross the road together. D. To allow cyclists to position in front of other traffic. The correct answer is D. These are known as advanced stop lines. When the lights are red, or about to become red, you should stop at the first white line. However, if you've crossed that line as the lights change, you must stop at the second line even if it means you're in the area reserved for cyclists. Question 20 of 75. What should you do when you're following a learner driver who stalls at a junction? A. Be patient, as you expect them to make mistakes. B. Stay very close behind and flash your headlights. C. Start to rev your engine if they take too long to restart. D. Immediately steer around them and drive on. The correct answer is A. Learning to drive is a process of practice and experience. Try to understand this and tolerate those who make mistakes while they're learning. Question 21 of 75. You're driving towards a zebra crossing. A person in a wheelchair is waiting to cross. What should you do? A. Continue on your way. B. Wave to the person to cross. C. Wave to the person to wait. D. Be prepared to stop. The correct answer is D. You should slow down and be prepared to stop as you would for an able-bodied person. Don't wave them across, as other traffic may not stop. Question 22 of 75. Why will a motorcyclist look round over their right shoulder just before turning right? A. To listen for following traffic. B. Motorcycles don't have mirrors. C. It helps them balance as they turn. D. To check for traffic in their blind area. The correct answer is D. When you see a motorcyclist take a glance over their shoulder, they're probably about to change direction. Recognizing a clue like this helps you to anticipate their next action. This can improve road safety for you and others. Question 23 of 75. A horse rider is in the left-hand lane approaching a roundabout. Where should you expect the rider to go? A. In any direction. B. To the right. C. To the left. D. Straight ahead. The correct answer is A. Horses and their riders move more slowly than other road users. They might not have time to cut across heavy traffic to take up a position in the right-hand lane. For this reason, a horse and rider may approach a roundabout in the left-hand lane even though they're turning right. Question 24 of 75. Where should you never overtake a cyclist? A. Just before you turn left. B. On a left-hand bend. C. On a one-way street. D. On a dual carriageway. The correct answer is A. If you want to turn left and there's a cyclist in front of you, hold back. Wait until the cyclist has passed the junction and then turn left behind them. Don't try to intimidate them by driving too closely. Question 25 of 75. You're driving in town. There's a bus at the bus stop on the other side of the road. Why should you be careful? A. The bus might have broken down. B. Pedestrians might come from behind the bus. C. The bus might move off suddenly. D. The bus might remain stationary. The correct answer is B. If you see a bus ahead, watch out for pedestrians. They might not be able to see you if they're crossing from behind a bus. Question 26 of 75. You want to turn right from a junction but your view is restricted by parked vehicles. What should you do? A. Move out quickly, but be prepared to stop. B. Sound your horn and pull out if there's no reply. C. Stop then move forward slowly until you have a clear view. D. Stop. Get out and look along the main road to check. The correct answer is C. If you want to turn right from a junction and your view is restricted, stop. Ease forward until you can see. Question 27 of 75. Which is the most vulnerable road user at road junctions? A. Car driver. B. Tractor driver. C. Lorry driver. D. Motorcyclist. The correct answer is D. Pedestrians and riders on two wheels can be harder to see than other road users. Make sure you look for them, especially at junctions. Effective observation, coupled with appropriate action, can save lives. Question 28 of 75. Why should motorcyclists wear bright clothing? A. They must do so by law. B. It helps keep them cool in summer. C. The colors are popular. D. Drivers often do not see them. The correct answer is D. Motorcycles and scooters are generally smaller than other vehicles and can be difficult to see. Wearing bright clothing makes it easier for other road users to see a motorcyclist approaching, especially at junctions. Question 29 of 75. When you're overtaking a cyclist, you should leave as much room as you would give to a car. What's the main reason for this? A. The cyclist might speed up. B. The cyclist might get off their bike. C. The cyclist might swerve. D. The cyclist might have to make a left turn. The correct answer is C. Before overtaking, assess the situation. Look well ahead to see whether the cyclist will need to change direction. Be especially aware of a cyclist approaching parked vehicles, as they'll need to alter course. Don't pass too closely or cut in sharply. Question 30 of 75. You're about to reverse into a side road. A pedestrian is waiting to cross behind you. What should you do? A. Wave to the pedestrian to stop. B. Give way to the pedestrian. C. Sound your horn to warn the pedestrian. D. Reverse before the pedestrian starts to cross. The correct answer is B. If you need to reverse into a side road, try to find a place that's free from traffic and pedestrians. Look all around before and during the maneuver. Stop and give way to any pedestrians who want to cross behind you. Avoid waving them across, sounding the horn, flashing your lights or giving any signals that could mislead them and create a dangerous situation. Question 31 of 75. How would you react to drivers who appear to be inexperienced? A. Sound your horn to warn them of your presence. B. Be patient and prepare for them to react more slowly. C. Flash your headlights to indicate that it's safe for them to proceed. D. Overtake them as soon as possible. The correct answer is B. Learners might not have confidence when they first start to drive. Allow them plenty of room and don't react adversely to their hesitation. We all learn from experience, but new drivers will have had less practice in dealing with all the situations that might occur. Question 32 of 75. Why should you allow extra room when overtaking a motorcyclist on a windy day? A. The rider may turn off suddenly to get out of the wind. B. The rider may be blown across in front of you. C. The rider may stop suddenly. D. The rider may be traveling faster than normal. The correct answer is B. If you're driving in high winds, be aware that the conditions might force a motorcyclist or cyclist to swerve or wobble. Take this into consideration if you're following or wish to overtake a two-wheeled vehicle. Question 33 of 75. How will a school crossing patrol signal you to stop? A. By pointing to children on the opposite pavement. B. By displaying a red light. C. By displaying a stop sign. D. By giving you an arm signal. The correct answer is C. If a school crossing patrol steps out into the road with a stop sign, you must stop. Don't wave anyone across the road and don't get impatient or rev your engine. Question 34 of 75. You see a pedestrian with a dog wearing a yellow or burgundy coat. What does this indicate? A. The pedestrian is elderly. B. The pedestrian is a dog trainer. C. The pedestrian is colorblind. D. The pedestrian is deaf. The correct answer is D. Dogs trained to help deaf people have a yellow or burgundy coat. If you see one, you should take extra care, as the pedestrian may not be aware of vehicles approaching. Question 35 of 75. In daylight, an approaching motorcyclist is using dipped headlights. Why? A. So that the rider can be seen more easily. B. To stop the battery overcharging. C. To improve the rider's vision. D. The rider is inviting you to proceed. The correct answer is A. A motorcycle can be lost from sight behind another vehicle. The use of the headlights helps to make it more conspicuous and therefore more easily seen. Question 36 of 75. Powered vehicles used by disabled people are small and hard to see. How do they give early warning when on a dual carriageway? A. They'll have a flashing red light. B. They'll have a flashing green light. C. They'll have a flashing blue light. D. They'll have a flashing amber light. The correct answer is D. Powered vehicles used by disabled people are small, low, hard to see and travel very slowly. On a dual carriageway, a flashing amber light will warn other road users. Question 37 of 75. How will a school crossing patrol signal you to stop? A. By pointing to children on the opposite pavement. B. By displaying a red light. C. By displaying a stop sign. D. By giving you an arm signal. The correct answer is C. If a school crossing patrol steps out into the road with a stop sign, you must stop. Don't wave anyone across the road and don't get impatient or rev your engine. Question 38 of 75. Which sign means that there may be people walking along the road? A, B, C, D. The correct answer is D. Always check the road signs. Triangular signs are warning signs. They inform you about hazards ahead and help you to anticipate any problems. There are a number of different signs showing pedestrians. Learn the meaning of each one. Question 39 of 75. How would you react to drivers who appear to be inexperienced? A. Sound your horn to warn them of your presence. B. Be patient and prepare for them to react more slowly. C. Flash your headlights to indicate that it's safe for them to proceed. D. Overtake them as soon as possible. The correct answer is B. Learners might not have confidence when they first start to drive. Allow them plenty of room and don't react adversely to their hesitation. We all learn from experience that new drivers will have had less practice in dealing with all the situations that might occur. Question 40 of 75. You're on a country road. What should you expect to see coming towards you on your side of the road? A. Motorcycles. B. Bicycles. C. Pedestrians. D. Horse riders. The correct answer is C. On a quiet country road, always be aware that there may be a hazard just around the next bend, such as a slow-moving vehicle or pedestrians. Pedestrians are advised to walk on the right-hand side of the road if there's no pavement, so they may be walking towards you on your side of the road. Don't forget to subscribe the channel for more updates and click link below for more informative video.